Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be interviewing Mike Mood. As I'm sure you're aware, he's awfully busy these days doing the devil's work, but we managed to pull him away from his laptop long enough to hear a few words. So let's hand over the mic and get this show started.
When we were developing Chapter 4, there was a lot of new things in the game, and the scale got much bigger, the graphics looked much better, there was just a lot more going on, and when we went back to Chapter 1, we realized that it did not fit. It wasn't the same game. It looked very junior at that point. So we kind of sat down and said, well, what are we gonna do? And we realized that the best thing to do is kind of remaster the entirety of Chapter 1. A lot has changed in both Chapter 1 and 2, as well as Chapter 3. Visually, there's more gameplay, there's a lot more to it. We had to do that. Otherwise, if you would have played through the game, as you progressed from Chapter 1 to Chapter 4, it looked like a completely different company made the game, so we really needed to do that. It was sort of easy in a sense because we already knew what we wanted to do with Bendy and the Ink Machine originally, way back when we released the game. The problem was that like the time frame of releasing it, I mean, Chapter 1 was done in 5 days, Chapter 2 was done in 6 weeks, so it was a very like fast iteration, and we never really got to tell the story we wanted to tell. So when we went back to work on it, it was pretty easy for us to be like, okay, well, what was the original goal anyways? And then we just kind of went from there. So the things that people are gonna see in Chapter 1 and 2, as well as Chapter 3, those are things we already wanted to do anyways. We just didn't have the abilities back then to do it. And now that we have the team, the skills, and we had the time to do it, it just made sense to go back and do what we initially set out to do. When we've been working on Chapter 2, we would go back to Chapter 1, do a bit of updates. Then we worked on Chapter 3, same thing. Every chapter we go back and we kind of clean things up. And to this point, I've always looked at Chapter 1 as kind of a pain in my side. We did it in 5 days, and I know we could do much more, we could do much better. Same with Chapter 2, I've always felt that, you know, it was done in such a short period of time. So over this, you know, we've been about 14 months or so since the release of Chapter 1. It's been a pain in my side the whole time, being like, it's hard to work in Chapter 1. But now that we've done all these updates, I'm like back to being in love with Bendy and the story. I love playing it now, whereas before I would play it hundreds of times just to test it and it got tedious, but now it's actually enjoyable. Every chapter, Chapter 1 all the way to 3, has something new to the story that we've always wanted to tell but haven't been able to with the skills and abilities we had in the past. But now going through Chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's a common story that's happening that people are gonna really, we hope people are gonna really find fascinating. We believe that when people go into Chapter 1, the new version of Chapter 1, they're gonna see what it was we were trying to do all along. We have a feeling that that's going to entice people to actually continue the journey. We hear from a lot of people that they're waiting for the game to be finished before they actually purchase it. And as an indie studio, that's difficult because we need to actually sell the game in order to create the next chapter. The goal really is to show people what it was we were trying to do the whole time, as well as when they go in and they experience what Chapter 1 now is, because Chapter 1 is free, they're like, okay, now I understand it's not just a college project or something like that. It's an actual real game that they're developing. Let's check out Chapter 2 now. So Chapter 1 is now available on Steam for free. Chapter 2 and 3 are available right now for $5.99 each as DLC. And Chapter 4 is coming out later this month in April. And later this year, we will be releasing Chapter 5 and just Bendy and the Ink Machine as a whole on PC, Mac, Linux, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. But right now, you can go and buy Chapter 2 and 3, $5.99 each, and that would really help us as an indie studio progress and finish this game.
Excellent sales pitch, boss. I'm certainly sold. But what about you fine folks? Are you excited for the remasters? Pumped to get your hands on a console release? Well, let us know in the comments below. We're always creeping around down there, so prepare to be heard.